96 and 1980 here tonight. So all of you Bobcats that maybe weren't able to get to the game, we welcome you as well to homecoming. And as they say here in the B, once a Bobcat, always a Bobcat.
Absolutely. Getting a few little very light sprinkles. Hopefully that's the most we'll get tonight, but we'll see. Homecoming is always a good time to hold serve at your home field.
Yeah, nice crowd for Benson on hand, as you would expect. And that's one of the great nuances of small town football is there's no other distractions in town to take you away from Friday night football. And I'll tell you, these people, not only in Benson, but all of Cochise County, they love their football.
Absolutely. Great support from the community. Everyone's a proud Bobcat down here.
Now, you and I both played football against a lot of these Cochise County teams, and they mean business. They're not here just to show up. So we'll see what happens. So getting ready for the opening kickoff here. And we are underway. It's kicked on the ground. He hit one of the Benson guys. It's a live ball and falling on at about the 32-yard line. So it wasn't an onside kick. He just kicked it low, and it ricocheted off one of the up men for Benson on the special teams. And smartly, the middle guys jumped on the ball. So they will start at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10.
That was off of Ruben Navarro, number 24. I think he was as surprised as anybody that the ball went right to his chest.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Opening kickoff, you expect, to boom it in the end zone or something. So Benson in the shotgun, single back set. Motion coming our way, trips to the right, and they're going to use that. Couple blockers out ahead as the completed pass, and goes out of bounds right around the 40-yard line.
Like we mentioned, Santos getting involved in the action right away. Santos, number 13.
So 2nd and 2, and Benson has a little bit of a hurry-up type offense, and you'll see that throughout the game. So nice pickup on 1st down, 8 yards, and 2nd and 2 now. Just a straight handoff off the tackle on the far side, and Veritas was ready for him. At that point, it doesn't look like he gained anything. It'll be 3rd and 2 now for the Bobcats. So Lorna ran into a brick wall, and Benson will try to get that 1st down now. A couple yards to go here on 3rd down. Once again, single back set. And 2 receivers to the far side. Judd rolling far side. He's getting under pressure. He's going to throw the ball on the comeback route. And a 1st down and a nice catch on that comeback route, Ramon.
Yeah, Veritas Prep is playing inside leverage with their defensive backs. So those little out patterns are going to be there if Judd has time, because he was under a lot of pressure, but he scrambled enough to get a nice throwing lane for himself.
Now, there is a flag on the field, so we'll have to wait to see if that play stands.
The sideline warning against the Falcons. 1st down, Bobcats.
Okay, a sideline warning, so no penalty as far as yardage, and a 1st down for Benson. Ball at the 36-yard line. Once again, Judd back to pass, a little out pattern to the far side, and drop the ball incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And that was on Judd right there. The receiver ran a really nice route. Judd threw it behind him. It should have led him to that sideline. That'd have been an easy 5 yards.
I'll tell you, throwing it behind you when you're in the sideline, that's a good way to get it picked off, and you're off to the races on the other side. So fortunately for Benson, that didn't happen. 2nd and 10 now. And Judd calls his own number after a fake, but Veritas not buying it. He got maybe 1.
It's more laundry on the field, Bill.
And once again, the yellow hanky comes out. That was such a quick reaction play. I don't know if there was enough time to hold or if that's on Veritas. I don't know.
Illegal shift, Bill, on Benson. 2 men were moving at the same time.
Okay, so it was an illegal shift. Thank you. Illegal shift They only gained a yard, so Veritas go ahead and decline the penalty. Instead of 2nd and 14, it would be 3rd and 9 now.
Santo is getting one-on-one coverage on the outside. We'll see if they stick with that the rest of the night. Oh, they got it too deep now, but in that last play, he was one-on-one on the island.
Tighter formation now as he got motion to the near side. Judd back to pass. He's under a little bit of pressure. Throws the ball. It's caught and dropped.
Veritas Prep's getting a lot of pressure. The offensive line's going to have to make their adjustments because their protection's not holding up right now. He's not comfortable back there. He's going to get a lot of heat.
Yeah, in that first series, he had to hurry the ball a couple of times. And as you and I mentioned in the pregame, Veritas Prep very big up front. So I can see them trying to wear down the offensive lineman for Benson. So Benson in punt formation, low snap. And the kick is away. It's a low kick, but it's a long kick. It's going to chase him all the way back, and he's going to let it hit into the end zone and on the roll. So Veritas Prep will get the ball 1st and 10 at the 20. So as we change it up here, and the Falcons will get their first chance on offense. 9:52 left in the first quarter. Glad you could join us. If you joined us a little late, Benson got an initial first down, and then the drive kind of sputtered, and they just punted away Veritas Prep on offense for the first time.
Veritas Prep is primarily a passing team, so we'll see if they attack by air right away.
They've got the receiver split really far out wide. And a little quick dump in the flat. He's going to go up the sideline, still going. One man to beat, and they finally catch up on the pursuit. But what a big play on first down, all the way down to the 44-yard line of Benson.
Yeah, that reception was Anthony Sanfratello. He's one of the running backs. They have running back by committee, so he's one of the 3 running backs that they're going to be rotating in.
That was a good play because they bit on the play action, and then he just dumped it off into the flat, and he had a lot of room to run on that play. Benson's going to have to hit these guys and wrap up. You can't knock these guys off balance. They're too good athletes. So nice play to open the drive for Veritas Prep, and the Falcons will looking at a 1st and 10 at the Benson 44.
They watched the tape from last week. You know, Benson was very aggressive to the ball. So if you have a running back staying in like he's going to block, then slip out into the flat, that was a really good safe play to start the game with.
So another flag, and it's a sideline violation against the Falcons, so that'll back them up 5 yards. So it'll still be 1st and 10, but they're going to be going now from the 49-yard line, just inside Benson territory. Both receivers split to the, and it looks like somebody jumped. Did Benson get pulled off? Or did they go in the neutral zone? And it looks like they encroached in the neutral zone.
That was a good hard count by Guido. Way to get those 5 yards back.
Yeah, so got the 5 yards back from the sideline penalty, and now it's 1st and 10 back at the 44 where we all started.
It's like it never happened.
Little pitch on the outside. He's going to turn it up and get smothered by the Benson defense. Will the ball come loose? Benson says they have it. And apparently the possession is going to stay with the Falcons.
Guess his knee was down. Now, that was running back number 22, Will Young. So he's going to have to grip that ball a little tighter if he wants to run against these Bobcats, Bill.
Yeah, he got stuck pretty hard by that linebacker.
Number 75 on the stop, Logan Beeler.
So Beeler, along with a couple of his teammates, stopping that play. 2nd and 6 of the gain of 4 yards. Once again, same play. Benson's ready for it, and here comes the wall of tacklers. And a loss on the play. Nice pursuit by the defense of Benson.
Yeah, they had really good penetration. So once again, Benson aggressive to the ball. So look out for another one of those plays where they let them in, like a screen or a draw, taking advantage of that aggressiveness.
That was kind of a fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. But they weren't fooled, as they had good pursuit coming from the outside linebacker and the defensive end on that play.
Yeah, number 40, Jake Scooten, he was in there right away. He didn't, like you mentioned, he needed to wrap up a little better, but at least he stopped his momentum.
Yeah, he got in the backfield and at least slowed it up in time for the pursuit to catch up. So, nice play. So we're looking at 3rd and 6 now.
3rd and 10?
Or 3rd and 10, excuse me. He's going to go downfield, and it looks like the little miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver. He threw it right down the middle, and the receiver kind of broke to the far sideline. Another flag, and I'm thinking we may have a sideline penalty on Benson as they threw it right in front of the bench of the Bobcats. Wow. I'm not sure what's up with these sideline penalties.
Some crews are sticklers for it. Guido, he didn't have anything on that ball because he threw off his back foot. He never set his feet when he got back to the end of his drop, and just totally took all the power out of his throw. And with this headwind coming in, it'll make me see I'll definitely have to punt here. It's too far out of field goal range, obviously.
Yeah, that's a heck of a field goal for a high school kicker,
especially against the wind, right?
Yeah. So yeah, wind has picked up here. You can look at the flag on the scoreboard, and it's blowing up to the northwest. Punts away. It's a high punt, but relatively short. And it's going to be down about the 33-yard line. So he kicked about the 45 of Veritas. So not a good kick. He's about a 25-yard kick on that.
He's kicking into that wind. So I think there's going to be a tale of two quarters, Bill. I think Benson has to take advantage of the wind to their back. And because whoever is going to be going north is going to have a big advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, that's all the more reason to get a running game going. Motion to the far side. He got double receivers to the near side. Judd back to pass. Now he's going to be thrown for a loss on a sack around the 25-yard line. So once again, Veritas Prep in the backfield with good penetration.
Yeah, that was number 52, Will Barnett, one of the guys we were looking at before the game, that he was one to watch out for it. He made his presence known right away.
So 2nd and 15 now for the Bobcats. And this could be a defensive struggle looking at the early part of the game.
Yeah, Ben's going to have to make some adjustments. Maybe keep some more blockers in the block for Judd.
Quick handoff off tackle. He's going to break it up the middle and get a nice run to the 30, gain of 5, so it'll be 3rd and 10. And I want to take a moment to welcome our 520 Sports Talk viewers from Pima County, Cochise County, and Santa Cruz County, and Pinal County. Anywhere there's 520 Sports Talk, we will be there. So it's nice to get a simulcast with Cool FM Live and 520 Sports Talk on this great game at homecoming for Benson. So 3rd and 10 now for the Bobcats as he rolls to the far side. He's got a little bit of room and dumps it off short, and the ball's dropped again, incomplete.
I like what Benson did there. They got Judd out on a rollout because on his straight dropbacks, he's getting a lot of heat. So at least it takes off half the field, but at least he gave an opportunity to buy some time, let his receivers get open.
Yeah, I think most of that pressure, Ramon, has been coming up the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a good idea to roll him to the far side.
Yeah, Will Barnett, number 52 for Veritas, he's causing havoc right there. They had a double team him on there, and he still managed to split the double team by the end of that play.
So once again, Benson will have to punt on a 4th and 10. 5:38 left to go in the first quarter. And the return man for Veritas standing about the 30-yard line with the wind. And that's a nice punt. High in the air, driving the.
He bobbled the ball.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. That was kind of a strange happening. I was like, football's the context for it. You need to run.
Yeah, he had his eyes upfield, and gathered the ball and he wobbled it just a hair and almost lost it. That was almost disaster for Veritas.
So that was a good punt. Veritas will take over at the 20. And a great punt, like we said, with the wind. And Ramon made a good point. Whatever team has the wind, they're going to have to take advantage of it, at least for the quarter.
We got 5:26 left here, so Veritas with their lead the passing attack, they're going to have to fight it for another 5 minutes here.
So their second possession of the game, just a quick handoff inside. He's going to try to break outside. Got some room now trying to get to the sideline, and cracked hard about the 32-yard line by 9.
Yeah, that's Dawson Judd, the quarterback.
Dawson Judd with some wood.
he can dish it out.
That's right. Normally you don't want to have your quarterback, put him in a free safety or something where he can just play center field, but Judd came up and cracked him hard and dropped him, but he was enough for a first down.
Judd was all over the field last week, and he's just picking it right up where he left off last week.
He's a special athlete, so it was a good play on Veritas. They got the first down. 2 backs in the backfield for the Falcons. They're going to try to run wide to the far side. He's going to try to get the edge, and a nice pursuit by the Benson defense brings him down just for a short gain of about a yard.
Yeah, that was Will Young again on the carry. He had a nice carry to the right, not so much to the left. But it's hard to run side to side on Benson. I think you need to attack them like right head on because you have a lot of speed, and the side to side hasn't been working against them.
I like those outside linebackers for the Bobcats. They do have a lot of speed and pursue well. So 2nd and 9 coming up, 4:13 left in the quarter. And we are still scoreless here in Benson, Arizona. Back to pass, here goes the pressure. He's going to throw a deep out and just out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 45.
Yeah, that was Miles Perry, right, number 45, just off his fingertip.
He was open, not by much, but he had the advantage of the over-the-shoulder. The defense couldn't do anything about that, but the pass just out of reach. And so now Benson has forced the Falcons into a 3rd and 9. So both teams having a little problem on offense, at least here in the first quarter.
Yeah, evenly matched game so far, Bill, like we anticipated.
So far, it's been all defense on both sides. We'll see what happens here. 3rd and 9. Back to pass. He's going to go another out play. Same play and same result, just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Once again, number 5.
Yeah, that was Aiden Bailey, number 5. He ran a really nice route. I think this wind is really wreaking havoc because he's getting the ball and it's causing it to kind of hang in the air a little longer than he's.
Well, I think he's having to throw it harder than he normally would because of the wind. And then who knows when he gets up in that draft.
Yeah, a couple of times the ball got pushed to the right of the sideline, which is the way the wind is kind of blowing north, out of the south, going northwest.
So basically it's been a mirror for both teams. They get a first down and then they go 3 and out after that. And the Falcons in punt formation now. Benson return man about the 32-yard line. There's a kick. Nice high kick. They're going to let it bounce, and it's going to bounce in the Veritas way out about the 31-yard line, and that's where Benson will take over. So we're going to break for a couple of sponsors with Todd here.
And thanks much, Bill. Thank you so much to Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com to learn more about the Allo Fiber difference in Sierra Vista and become a fiber fan.
All right, thank you, Todd. And back to live action. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats on their 3rd possession of the game. Empty backfield. Judge, just a quick out on the near side and completed to number 13.
Yeah, Santo, he's getting involved early, Bill. He was second half star last week, and they're getting early touches this week.
You know, that's a good adjustment by the Benson coaches. Take what they give you, and if they're going to give us that underneath stuff, we'll go ahead and take it. It was a nice gain. He only got 4 yards, but gives them a little bit of confidence as well.
Yeah, they can run off a little methodical drive. Like I said, they're playing that inside leverage, so those little out patterns will be there until they make that adjustment defensively. that tube been in motion again. They got away with it.
A quick hitter right off the left tackle, and a nice play for a couple. Looked like he was going to get a little bit more than he did, but nice job by the corner to come up on run support. And I'm looking at that number 77 for Veritas on the field. He's a big boy. I mean, I'm sure he's probably close to maybe 300 pounds. However, that play did get a first down for Benson. Once again, Judd just a quick out to the far side and threw it at the guy's knees and just wasn't able to come up with it. So had that been a better thrown, I think he could have picked up a little bit of yards on that.
And number 77 is Emeterio Rodriguez. He's a junior, and they have him listed at 5'8", but I think that's a typo.
Yeah. He's bigger than 5'8" up here on top of the press box. So once again, single back set, just a quick fake on the handoff. Judd calls his own number again and goes into a slide at midfield. And I'll tell you, 45 was ready to lay the wood on him, and luckily Judd saw that and went into his slide. Otherwise, he could have got cracked.
With 2:50 left and the wind behind him, this will be a crucial third down.
This is a big drive for them because they're going to be going against the wind on the second quarter.
Yeah. Lorta's been picking up some decent little gains. Nothing like last week, but he is kind of picking the momentum up a little bit.
Motion to the near side that's going to give him 3 receivers. And I don't know who that one was to go to because the closest men were 0 and 45, or excuse me, 9 and 45 for the Falcons.
That was definitely a miscommunication there, right? Because they only needed 5 yards, and those routes went beyond 5 yards. They're like 10-yard routes when you need 5 yards.
Yeah. I think it was the receiver's miscommunication because Judd, he threw right to where the sticks were where he needed to go. But incomplete, and once again, Benson Zach in punt formation at the 2:31 mark here in the first quarter.
Yeah, promising drive ends up with a couple of missed passes and stalled the drive.
And timeout Benson. So last week, didn't they have that fake punt against Verde? Or they tried it, I don't know. But anyways, Benson with a timeout. We're going to let Todd catch us up here.
And thanks, Bill. Right Way is now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. We're happy to support our local athlete sports broadcast. Right Way is here in Cochise County serving you.
So just a quick 30-second timeout as both squads back on the field. Still scoreless here in the first quarter.
Veritas got close to blocking that last one, so they need to be careful here.
Looks like they're going to set up the return, kind of a rugby-style kick, low and away from the return man. They're going to let it roll. Takes a nice Benson roll, and that's going to be down around the 5-yard line. So Veritas Prep is going to have 95 yards to go if they want to score. Nice kick.
That rugby-style punt's pretty good because he got away from that pressure coming up the middle.
What's nice about that, it's a low kick. You can't really catch it on the fly. You have to let it bounce, and if it's got that overspin on it, it's going to take a bounce the way you want it. The Benson bounce, we'll call it.
I was impressed with their special teams last week. All the way around, they did a great job. Punt coverage, kickoff coverage, executing. So one mixed PAT, but outside of that, it was a really good night for them.
So Benson, once again, trying to time that snap, and I believe they encroached into the neutral zone. We'll see if they were drawn off.
The signal looks like it's against the offense, Bill.
And they were drawn off, so nice heads-up play by the Benson front four. That's going to back them up. It's going to be half the distance to the goal, not the normal 5 yards, but it's going to put the ball about the 2.5-yard line.
That was their lineman that's wreaking havoc on defense, Will Barnett, number 52. That was him at the right tackle position. He flinched, causing that defense to jump.
Oh, okay. And actually, make a correction on that. It's going to be between the 3 and the 4-yard line. So Veritas going backwards. Let's see what they draw up here on 1st and 15. And whistles blow before the snap.
That's a delay of game.
Possibly a delay of game. It's a dead ball foul regardless.
They continue to go backwards here, Bill.
They're not going to have much real estate to go backwards if they don't stop this. Once again, an offensive penalty. And fortunately for Veritas Prep, it's half the distance when they move the ball about 1.5 yards. So first and we'll call it 17.5 now.
There you go.
Takes the pitch in the end zone. He gets out and over the 5 to about the 6 or 7. So Evans on the stop. 22 was the ball carrier.
Yeah, that was number 22, Will Young. Like I said, he's their bell cow back. You do split it amongst 3 guys, but he's their main weapon in the backfield.
So Veritas Prep looking at a 2nd and 11 as they got about 4 yards on that carry, 3 or 4 yards.
Pretty dangerous play in the backfield.
There was a pitch in the backfield. Had he not handled that, we're looking at a different situation. So big 2nd down for Benson. And just a handoff to the tailback, and not much going there for the Falcons. I think he got to about the original line of scrimmage, Ramon.
3rd down 10 for the Falcons.
So if Benson can hold them here, they would still have time with the wind to try to get something going.
You almost want to use another timeout. Well, first things first, you have to hold him here, right?
That's right. Okay, so 3rd down. Let's see what Veritas comes up with. He's in the end zone. Here comes the pressure. And a completed pass out to around the 20-yard line. Nice play. And he stood in that pocket and got walloped.
Yeah, Guido stood tall in there. He delivered a really nice ball. Where only his receiver could make a play on it.
Yeah, he paid the price, but a nice play by the Falcons to get the ball out of the shadow of their own goalpost. And a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10 at the 19 for Veritas Prep.
Oh, that was a big play. That was a lot of yardage to go.
So, which might be the last play of the first quarter. We got 17 seconds and counting.
Really spread them out on this formation.
Little Statue of Liberty play. Going to the outside, trying to get to the corner, and the pursuit on the far side by the Bobcats was there and ready for them.
Might have a hold.
Another flag on the play. That's going to stop the clock with 2.2 seconds left here in the first.
Yeah, I kind of saw it from the start. It was a hold off the right side for the offense.
Well, that's a big penalty. They declined it. Okay, so Benson declines it because they already hit him with a 5-yard loss. They would have got an extra 5 on the penalty, but they would have been able to save the down. So that's the end of the first quarter here at Benson High School with a 0-0 tie. Don't go away, and here's Todd.
All right. Thank you so much, Bill. Quite the game we have here tonight. A big thank you to our sports sponsors. We can't do it without them. American Southwest Credit Union, located in Sierra Vista and Benson and points across Cochise County. Join the credit union that supports your community at ascu.org. Federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender. Sierra Toyota, they want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven. TWN Communications, delivering high-speed, affordable, and reliable internet and digital phone services with no data caps ever. Stay connected with the freedom and performance you deserve. And a big thank you to our friends at Eagle Plumbing, providing expert service in Cochise County for over 50 years. Family owned, and trusted for everything from leaks to major repairs. They're just one call away. Eagle Plumbing, proud supporters of our local sports.
Thank you, Todd. And we're back starting the second quarter now. A defensive struggle to this point as both teams not giving a lot of yardage to the other team's offense. And we'll see if that changes here in the second quarter. It's 2nd and 15 now. The ball is at the 15. Back to pass. He's going to step up, and he's going to go down on a nice penetration by the front line of Benson. I thought he might have been able to get away there for a second, but good pursuit.
Yeah, really good push up the middle. They're really shooting the gaps through the offensive line. Their line splits are pretty wide, and Benson has made an adjustment since the first quarter. They're definitely shooting those gaps.
I'm very impressed with the Benson coaches and the in-game adjustments that they make. I know a lot of times there was like, oh, we just got to get to the locker room at halftime and make some adjustments. But they're doing this in-game as they should, as most teams do. But it's very noticeable when they see an issue, they address it right away. So 3rd and 20 now on that sack. Once again, he's going to go to the far side and almost intercepted. Boy, he could have walked into the end zone if he would have got that one.
That would have been an easy pick 6.
So once again, the defense prevails here, and I'll tell you, we could have a baseball score maybe at the end of this game. Yeah. Brewers and Cubs maybe or something.
Well, Benson did their job. They held them. Even after that long gainer on that long 3rd down, they're able to push it back once again.
I think that's the longest play from scrimmage for either team. So he's going to kick from his own end zone. And once again, a high kick. And did he touch the ball?
I believe so.
And no, he did not touch the ball. He pulled his hands away just in time. And boy, that could have been disaster for the Bobcats.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, they will have the possession, and it'll be 1st and 10 with really good field position, Ramon.
Yeah, and that wind is starting to calm down a little bit, so not playing as much of a factor as it was in the first quarter. So home field advantage for the Bobcats.
Yeah, exactly. The Cochise County gods looking down on the Bobcats. And also, just a quick note, the lightning and rain is non-existent. Quick throw to the far side and catches it, goes out of bounds, but a nice gain on 1st down. And that's what you and I were talking about in that first quarter is, take that underneath stuff. If they're taking the far patterns away, the long patterns, take that underneath and move the ball down. Neither team has really had any threat in the red zone in the first quarter. Benson driving here, 2nd and about 4. And that's going to be a loss on the play. I thought Judd was going to kind of put it in there, take it out, and then do a bootleg to the far side, but he did hand it off, and the Falcons front 4 was ready and tackles him for a loss. So from about 2nd and 4 to 3rd and about 15 for Benson. Once again, quick throw to the outside, and not much there. He had a couple of receivers there to block, but we know about receivers and blocking, don't we? Yeah. They're not the best blockers on the team. But
it's going to be an interesting call here. Oh, I guess not. I thought maybe for a minute.
Oh, he got down the field at 4th and 1, and Ramon, like you said, we thought maybe they were going to go for it, but
defensive battle, right?
Defensive battle, and especially if you can pin them back deep in their own territory, like last possession for the Falcons.
This might be the fake time for that fake, Bill, that rugby style.
Possibly.
Ooh, no.
And the ball is blocked. About 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So Veritas Prep must have been watching film, and they saw that one coming. At the last minute when he knew he couldn't get the yardage for the 1st down, he attempted to kick it, and it was blocked. So the first break of the game here in Benson at the 9:30 mark. And Veritas Prep will be 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line.
Can't blame him for going for it there, but if it's 1 yard,
yeah, I think you got to disguise it a little bit better.
I might just I'm a lot more comfortable with Judd with the ball in his hands with 1 yard to go.
So that didn't gain much, but if you watch that play develop, that was a good effort by 22. He was going to be tackled in the backfield for a loss, and then he spun, broke a couple of tackles, and even though he got maybe a half a yard, it was a good effort by the young man.
It's better than a loss of 3 or 4 on that play. He made something out of nothing for sure. That's, once again, number 22, Willie Young. He's their bell cow, and he shows you why, right?
Exactly. So 2nd and 10 now for the Falcons. 2 receivers to each side. Now you got a man in motion going to the far side. He's going to roll that way. He's going to put it up deep. And that's going to be an easy flag on a pass interference. So the receiver actually slowed up, and I think that's what caused the pass interference, because the Benson corner was stride for stride with him, and then the ball kind of hung up in the air, and he slowed up, and the Benson defensive back ran into him. So an easy call on that one. That'll be a automatic first down. Oh, another flag on the play, and now it's offsetting penalty, so a break actually for Benson. Boy, that was a big break for Benson, because that was an easy pass interference call.
Yeah, that was number 4 on the coverage, Raleigh Evans, number 4 for Benson. Yeah, he was beat, and he felt like he had to tackle him.
Yeah, the receiver slowed up on the pattern, because I think the ball kind of got hung up in the air. But fortunately for Benson, offsetting penalties, and we'll do it again, 2nd and 10.
Young in motion there.
Little flare out to the far flat, and good pursuit by the Bobcats. Once again, he might have got 1 yard. And it's going to be 3rd and long.
Good sure tackling by Benson. Really cleaned it up after that little bit of a sloppy start early on, missing some arm tackles, but looking like Benson from last week with a sure tackling.
One thing I've impressed, and this is our 2nd week in the road watching Benson, is they seem to get stronger as the game goes on.
You know, we get back to that conditioning, right? Like what team's gonna, pull it out in the second half. Like I think that was a big factor in last week's game for Benson over Tanqueray, was that 4th quarter conditioning. So we'll see which team runs more than the other.
Exactly. So 3rd and 8 now for the Falcons. Empty backfield, trips to the near side. Cut straight back, here comes the rush, and batted down, complete to the far side. He's still on his feet. He's going to go to the near side. He's still running, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds around the 18-yard line. Boy, he ran like 60 yards to gain like 25.
Yeah,
he went from the far sideline to the near sideline, and once again, a big play for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's Guido's number 1 target. That's Baylor Arnold. He had some nifty moves in the outfield, but that was created because Benson sent the house on that play. They sent a double linebacker blitz, and that's what happens when you send the blitz. There's nobody home.
That's true. There's nobody in that middle zone defense. I thought it was batted down, but so 1st and 10 from the 19, and nothing doing there. And I think he might have lost a yard, Ramon.
That's another one of those running backs, Luke Huseman, number 4. He's a freshman running back getting some time with the big boys here.
All right. You got to love when you can, as a coach, when you can put a freshman in on a varsity game.
Heck yeah. Those are bonus snaps, Bill. Bonus snaps.
So he did lose a yard, about a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 11. 6.5 minutes left to go till halftime. Don't forget, at halftime, we're going to do a quick analysis on the first half, and then we're going to dump you over to Jeff Davenport in the cool zone. Back to pass, he's going to go to the far side, and just over his head. And one of the things, he's a good quarterback, and he's made 2 really good passes, but it seems like the ball kind of floats on him. I don't know if he's not following through, or like you said, going off his back foot, but there's been more times than just a couple that he's floated the ball just out of the reach of his intended receiver.
I think the pressure is affecting both quarterbacks today. This is a credit to the defensive line for both squads because they're not comfortable right there. Their footwork isn't right. When they do have time to stand back there and survey the field, that's when they make those crisp throws. But most of the time it's been off platform because of the pressure.
So here's a big third down, 3rd and 11 with Veritas in the red zone. Back to pass, he's got good protection and wide open for a touchdown on a broken coverage. A safety late getting over there. And the Falcons on the board at the 6:10 mark here in the second quarter.
Once again, his favorite target, Baylor Arnold. He's their main target on offense, and he found him.
Well, what happened on that one is the inside slot receiver went to the middle, broke his pass off, and the corner bit, and the safety was late getting over on the far receiver, and it was a wide open pass for a touchdown. Nice play call, and nice execution.
Like you mentioned, when he has time to throw, he can throw a laser just like that. He led him perfectly right to that corner.
Extra point blocked. Nice penetration by the Bobcats on that block.
Wow. Let's see if that comes into play as this game.
That could very well come into play at the end of the game. So with 6:10 left till the halftime, it's Veritas Falcons 6 and Benson 0. Take it away, Todd.
And thank you so much, Bill. Our presenting sponsor, as always, SSVEC, serving our community and powering our live stream youth sports coverage all season long. A big thank you to Prestige Remodeling and Restoration, LLC, Sierra Vista. They've pioneered a visionary approach of customer-centric service. Visit them at prestigesierravista.com. Thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors. At Seniors Helping Seniors, their caregivers are seniors themselves. Go to SouthernArizonaSHS.com.
So Veritas ready to kick off now with a 6-0 lead. And another low kick off the run back guy's hands. He's going to pick it up about the 8 and try to get what he can do. He breaks a couple of tackles, and boy, that was all him. He had no blocking on that and brought it over across the 20, so a nice effort.
Yeah, that's Andrew Workman. He is a workman. He has a proper name for his way he plays. He's a true workhorse out there.
Andrew Workman comes from a great athletic family here in Benson. I know that you coached his sister in club ball, and I think you probably had to play against her in school ball.
Absolutely. Real athletic family. His older brother DJ's in the Marines. Thank you for your service, DJ.
Quick hitter on the inside and plugged up nicely by the middle linebacker. It looked like there was a hole there, and it just shut down almost immediately. So just a very short gain, maybe about a half a yard. That's it.
Hey, right now we're dealing with the clock now, Bill, with a little over 5 minutes to play in the first half. If Benson doesn't answer on this drive, Veritas can maybe put some more points on the board and they receive that second half kickoff.
Yeah, very, very good point. A big defensive stand for Veritas as he dumps it into the near flat, fighting for yardage and gets up just shy of the 25-yard line. Not even if they can score, but if they can just hold Benson scoreless and then get the ball back on that second half kickoff, that's also a big win for them. I think points tonight may be a premium.
Absolutely. They're down and long here for the Bobcats. See what the coach has up his sleeve for this type of play.
So you got trips to the far side, empty backfield. And I don't know if he's changing the play.
Bringing in some protection. He's got Lorta in there.
Okay, so he brings one of the slot guys in for blocking. And it doesn't even matter as he might have lost the ball as well. He was sacked, and I think the ball came out, but Benson wisely jumped on it, but they're going to be punting from their own end zone.
Yeah, that's a hard play with 3rd and 8 and a crucial down, and he's rolling to his weak side, instead of his strong side. A right-handed quarterback rolling to his left and then having to throw across his body. He didn't even have time to do that. Instead, his feet here, the rush was too much.
I think he saw the pressure coming from the same side. That's what he moved the back in. Kind of a rugby-style kick again low and gets a nice Benson bounce. And going to be down to about the 48-yard line in Benson territory. So once again, the Falcons with good field position and 4:05 to work with till the half. Veritas Prep has 3 timeouts. So they appear to be in good shape, but once again, it's been a defensive struggle this first half.
Yeah, it could be a crucial stand for the Bobcats here going in the fourth half. Crucial for the Falcons as well. If they can score here, get the ball back third quarter, they'll be sitting pretty.
Exactly. I love if you have an opportunity to steal points right before the half and you deferred to the second half kickoff. So 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Little handoff. He's trying to go to the outside and gets more than I thought he was going to get. Number 22. He's a big back. And he just broke a couple tackles and dragged a couple of Benson Bobcats with him. And let's see where they spot the ball. Not as much of a gain as I thought. They're going to spot the ball about the 46-yard line. So after all of that, he only gained 1.
That was a lot of movement for 1 yard.
Keep an eye on that clock. 3.5 minutes clock running. Trips to the far side. And looks, it's the way he's looking, but here comes the rush. Almost gets away, but a nice tackle. Had he not made that tackle, though, he had a lot of green in front of him. So Blaylock with a nice tackle, because that could have been disaster for Benson. They had the penetration. They had him dead to left in the backfield, but somehow he squirmed out of it, and Blaylock with a nice tackle as he headed upfield.
Also, number 11, Tyson Kilpatrick. The last 2 plays, he's been very involved. He was the one that stopped Young on that last run, and then he was there to help out Blaylock on that last tackle. So Kilpatrick really turning up the defensive presence there off the right defensive end for Benson, number 11.
So a big down for Benson defense, 3rd and 9. He's going to roll to the far side. He's going to go downfield a lot, and nice catch around the 10-yard line. Diving catch by the Falcons, 11.
Yeah, that's Braden Barrows. Braden Barrows, number 11. That was a heck of a catch.
So when the Falcons go through their big plays is what's keeping them out of trouble, because their running game, just as Benson's running game, is almost non-existent. So a nice pass for the Falcons, and now they've got it 1st and goal at the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
2 minutes and counting.
Guido's heating up a little bit here, Bill. He's really getting comfortable back there.
And nice protection as well on that last play. Here he comes back. Here comes the rush. He's going to take it himself up the far side, going for the flag, and into the end zone for a touchdown for Veritas. And is there a flag on the field? I do not see a flag. Okay, so the touchdown will stand.
Yeah, Guido calls his own number there. He dropped back and saw a big lane to his right. He didn't hesitate. He just took off after it.
Avoid walking in front of the marching band.
So Veritas with a late touchdown, and just as you said, being able to steal points right before the half, and they're going to just go for 1. Their point after was blocked last time. The kick this time is up and good. So with 1:40 left to go in the first half, Veritas has a 13-0 lead, and we're going to send it back over to Todd Ryan.
Lots of game remaining in tonight's contest. It's homecoming 2025.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. Thank you to Vinny's Pizza of Sierra Vista, serving our community for 45 years with some great pizza, wings, and sandwiches. Proud to support this live stream sports coverage of all of our sports coverage across Cochise County. Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage of Sierra Vista. Think of them for your next home loan experience. Proud to support our youth sports coverage and teams. Trust us with your next home loan experience.
Thank you, Todd. Ramon and I were still trying to get down to Vinny's Pizza after the game, but these games are getting over too late. So Veritas with a late touchdown here in the second quarter with a $1:40 left to go. And the kick's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So the Bobcats have 100 seconds to go 80 yards to try to get them on the scoreboard. So 13-0 here as halftime approaches. Is our scoreboard down?
Yeah, 13-0 just with that one field goal, a PAT that was blocked. That's about the only thing that's really gone wrong in the second quarter for Veritas Prep. Minute 40, I think, sense of urgency, to say the least, for the Bobcats here.
I think Veritas is probably going to go to the air a lot more in the second half, maybe on some adjustments. Judd back in the pocket, and he gets wrapped up for a loss. And Benson not able to do much on offense here in the first half, as it shows with that 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's Will Barrett, number 52. He's a game wrecker, Bill, and he's proven it. They don't have an answer for him right now.
And let's look at this, Ramon. Veritas with a timeout, possibly trying to steal some more points.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they had all 3 timeouts.
They had all 3, so they have 2 remaining. Benson has 2, and a minute 27 left on the clock. 13-0 here in Benson.
And the way Guido's throwing the ball right now, those big hitter plays that he's been able to get away with the last couple series, I don't blame him for trying to stop the clock here.
No, not at all. They basically, Veritas is not throwing underneath. They're going long and trying to stretch the field, and they've had some good success so far.
And if not for that one offsetting penalty, they had one big play taken away. Because
that's a good point. Yes, sir.
I definitely double number 8 if I were Benson, because I know Guido's gonna be looking for him. You know, that Baylor Arnold, he's like I said, he's his number 1 target. And now if they get a hold of the ball again, they'll definitely be looking for him to get a quick hitter play.
So if you're Veritas Prep, let's see what happens here. You want to try to see, at least give yourself an opportunity to maybe get a little bit more. Judd back to pass, going over on the far sidelines. And in and out of his hands around midfield. Good coverage, but a nice pass. The pass was there. I couldn't really tell if he got knocked away or if he just dropped it.
It was good defense, Bill. Yeah, definitely the cornerback caught up, made a great play on the ball. Way to avoid a penalty there and just play the ball.
Yeah, they were stride for stride on that defense, and as you mentioned, just knocked it away at the last minute. So 3rd and 10 now for Benson as the clock stops on the incomplete pass at $1:21 left to go. Judd up in the pocket. He's going to go, and it looks like his arm might have got hit on that play as the pass falls incomplete. So once again, a break for Veritas. Not only does the clock stop, but they're going to get a change of possession here with a minute 15 left to go. As we mentioned, coming up at halftime, we'll do our quick first half analysis. We'll dump it over to our buddy in the studio, Jeff Davenport, for the Cool Zone. And you'll be caught up on all the scores in Cochise County. And it's blocked kick, and an easy touchdown off the block. Oh my, for Veritas. And the floodgates have opened here at Benson as 2 quick scores for the Falcons. Puts it at 19-0. They were ready for that rugby style kick, and they sent that guy shooting right through the gap. And I think he took it almost off his toe. I mean, the ball didn't even leave his foot hardly.
Yeah, the defender got there right when the ball did.
So Benson in a hole now as they try the extra point. And nice clock management for Veritas, even though that was a defensive score. The kick is up and good. So with 1:06 left to go until halftime, the Falcons up big over the Bobcats, 20-0.
Yeah, they would have had a minute 15 and 2 timeouts left to work with.
All right, so we're going to catch up on our great sponsors here from Todd in just a second. Don't forget the Cool Zone coming up at halftime with Jeff Davenport in the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. A big thank you to one of our new sponsors, Stan Greer Millworks, Southeastern Arizona's premier supplier of custom doors and windows, with a distinguished history spanning 40 years, with offices in Tucson and in Hereford. Discover more at StanGreerMillworks.com. Pass on a legacy with Stan Greer Millworks.
All right, so boy, I'll tell you, the lightning went away in the sky, but lightning struck down here on the field with Veritas picking up 14 quick points. It was a 6-0 game for most of the first half, and now Veritas with a commanding 20-0 lead. And a little onside kick, and I think the whistle blew before the kickoff. It might be offsides against the kicking team. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I believe you're right, Bill. You called it there across the line before the ball was kicked.
There we go. Kick did not go 10 yards. So I thought the whistle blew before he even touched it, though. That's kind of odd. But are they going to tee it up again?
Move it back 5 yards.
Okay, so it's not the kick didn't go 10 yards, because that would have been they would have taken the ball over at the point of it, the recovery. So it was offsides against the kicking team. That's going to move the ball back to the 35-yard line for the kick. And Benson needs a little bit of magic here before halftime. 20-0 if you just joined us, in favor of the Falcons of Veritas. This one is going to be kicked away. Low kick fielded about the 13-yard line. He's going to come to the near side. Now he's got a little bit of room. He's still on his feet. And nice run back across the 45-yard line for the Bobcats. So at least it gives them something to shoot at. They got about a half a field to get some points on the board, and 54.6 seconds left in the first half. Benson does have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 54.63 seconds left.
I love it, yeah. The only scoreboard in football I know that gives hundredths of a second. Like we were mentioned before, Ramona, they probably use that here for track and field as well, I would imagine.
Yes.
So 1st and 10, Judd back in. He's got good protection going to the far side. And I don't know where that pass went, but it's intercepted by Veritas. Coming back up the field and tackled about the 46-yard line. I think that was a miscommunication because he threw it to the sideline. The receiver went to the sideline and the pass was threw it inbounds.
Yeah, with half a field to work with, like in 2 timeouts, I don't know if he had to go deep on that first shot, but instead of...
He had good protection too, which hasn't been the case a lot of times here in the first half.
Yeah, sometimes you try and,
bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, try and score a 20-point touchdown. I don't know. It's unfortunate.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons, going the other way. He's flushed out of the pocket. There's going to be a holding call on that play as the flag came out. Pretty obvious on that.
Yeah, you called that. You saw that one right away, Bill. Exactly the call.
That will stop the clock with 36 seconds left to go. Or if you want to split hairs, 36.05 seconds left to go.
There you go.
Penalty against the Falcons.
So holding call against Veritas Prep. That'll back them up 10 to about the 36-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 20. Falcons setting 3 receivers to the near side. Empty backfield. Here comes the pressure from Benson. He eludes it, goes up the far side.
That'll probably do it for them.
And just a short completion. And that'll end the first half with our score here. Veritas Prep out of Phoenix with a commanding 20-0 lead here at homecoming in Benson High School. As the teams are going to leave the field, now they're telling everybody to go back to their sidelines. I'm not sure. And the officiating crew changed their mind. And that officially now is the end of the first half. So let's take a look at that first half, Ramon. And for our folks at home and our folks sitting at Vinny's Pizza, where we could be right now, very defensive game first quarter. No score, 0-0 at the end of 12 minutes. And then in the second half, Veritas Prep seemed to open things up by stretching the field and using some of their longer routes to give themselves a good field position and an opportunity to score.
Yeah, I feel like Guido really settled in that second quarter. His footwork was much better. His command, his delivery. He was leading his receivers. Like I said, those long shots were hitting for them. That really opened the game up for them. And just like some bad breaks for Benson as well when they're down and they kind of shot themselves in the foot with getting the punt blocked and being out of position defensively. I think it's the line of scrimmage too, Bill. I think Veritas Prep kind of started winning the line of scrimmage. The offense for Benson wasn't able to do much. It's under siege. The run game, like you mentioned, non-existent. Now they can't even go to it because they're down 20. And the pass game, it's Judd does not have much time at all to go through his progressions. He just basically having the ability of his first read. If not, he's been going deep. So it's a lot of work, a lot of uphill battle for Benson. And in Veritas Prep, it's going to get the ball back to start the second half, so it doesn't get any easier for the Bobcats.
That's for sure. Veritas Prep, as we alluded to in the first quarter, I believe, very big up on the front line. Very big. Probably outweighing Benson on the front line by a good 25 pounds or more on each individual. So the offensive line for the Bobcats has their work cut out for them as they still tried to get Judd some protection in that first half. He didn't have a lot of protection. They tried to roll him out, and that didn't seem to work well either. So Benson's got a lot of work, as you mentioned, to do in this halftime. I'm very confident that some good adjustments will be made as we watched the game against Verde last week, and the coaches took apart the what they saw in the first half and created some opportunities for the Bobcats in the second half. And I'll tell you, that first possession in that third quarter, if Benson can hold them, that's got to be a big shot in the arm momentum-wise for him, because Veritas Prep has everything rolling for him right now.
Yeah, Benson has such a diverse playbook. I'm really impressed with their sets and the variety of plays that they run. It's really impressive. And the second half adjustments, like you mentioned last week, were really, really good. And the coach is going to have to really, really work hard to see what's working, because they're a little discombobulated. Their offensive line is definitely having issues, so the coach is going to have to draw up some plays, quick hitters. I know they want to score points in bunches right now, but they do have to remain patient and take advantage of that short passing game to open up the long passing game and not just go bombs away in the second half. It's going to be 3 and out. Veritas Prep is just not going to look back if that happens.
Yeah, you still have to run your offense. You just have to run an abbreviated or adjusted offense. You can't go for the long ball every time. Like you said, you'd go 3 and out. But they do still need to try to run the ball. You can't just have that defense sitting back knowing that you're going to pass it 3 times.
Big pendulum swing it was already going Veritas Prep way, but when they on the 4th and 1, instead of going for it, they try to set up that fake field goal or fake punt rather.
Is Jeff ready?
They try to set up that fake punt instead of just going for a 1-yard play with Judd or Lorta giving Workwood to give them a chance to pick up a first down.
Exactly. We're going to go over to the cool zone here momentarily, and then we'll be back. And for our 520 Sports Talk viewers, we're going to give you the rundown on some of the Tucson area scores that are happening tonight. So Jeff Davenport, my brother, go ahead and take it away on the cool zone.
That you heard the commentator there, who was part of that season, and I'm just glad that Berean is doing so well, and definitely look forward to covering one of their games in the near future, which 1 week from tonight, it will be a Friday night game as Berean hosts Gila Bend, coming to Sierra Vista. That game played at Hampton Field off of Buffalo Soldier Trail, or I'm sorry, off of Martin Luther King Parkway, and right behind the city of Sierra Vista, or not city of Sierra Vista, but the Sierra Vista Unified School District complex right there off of Fry Boulevard. So between Fry and Martin Luther King, that is where you will find the Bereans hosting, the Berean Eagles hosting Gila Bend 1 week from tonight, Friday the 26th. I've got green. Coach Baker, where are we going? Ooh, let's see. Some Veritas versus Benson Bobcats.
Once again, same play. Benson's ready for it, and here comes the wall of tacklers. And a loss on the play.
So big hit and loss on the play for the Bobcats that ended up getting a nice tackle there. We'll stay there. We'll see another highlight that's going on in Benson right now. We're live here in the Cool Zone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Again, Buena in the rain delay. Most likely it will last for at least the next hour. But let's see another highlight. They're in Benson right now. This was early in the game in the first quarter. Dawson Judd taking the snap, and oh my goodness, number 52 from Veritas Prep making a big sack, a big impact in that game. And you can tell by the score, 20-0, which is currently where we're at. Let's see another highlight from this game. I'm sure that a lot of these are Veritas Prep highlights because it is 20-0. And that's what we'll see, what we have when we get another highlight here. And we're lining it up for you. Yeah, unfortunately, not able to get his feet under him was number 21, Renee Lorda, that 5'6", 155-pound. Let's see here, Renee Lorda is a junior running back there.
You can say hi to the Benson game. They're in Cool Zone right now.
Oh, Benson's in Cool Zone right now. Hey, Benson. Everybody watching that Benson game right there, look, I know there's not a lot of highlights for Benson right now, but we know that if the Bobcats can do anything, we know what Dawson Judd can do. When he gets rolling, there is no way he is stoppable by any stretch of the imagination. So Benson's defense will need to step up in that second half. Again, a very, very tough team in Veritas Prep, sitting at 4-0 at Benson, 3-1. The 2A for Metro versus the 2A South 2. If you're just joining us, we talked about the games that were played yesterday. St. David ended up pulling their record to 5-0, scoring 64 points over Siloam, 64-0. A shutout there. Also a shutout was Berean over Southwest Leadership Academy, 38-0. Berean is 4-0. Buena High School's homecoming ruined. There you go. There's the scores that you see currently in progress. Oh, Wilcox scored again, and they're up 4 touchdowns to over Tombstone there in Wilcox tonight. If you're looking for Colts highlights, it is currently in a rain delay, and we're waiting to see what happens there. Possibly something else could happen where I was actually in the broadcast booth with Sheriff Mark Daniels when we called the games on radio for several years, and there was one time we were at Buena and the rain was coming down in sheets. They evacuated the stadium. Sheriff Mark and I just stayed in the broadcast booth, and then we noticed people were going to the sidelines and getting all the gear and leaving. Nobody came to tell us that the game was canceled. We were up there just talking, chatting, having a good time, and we had to figure it out for ourselves. Very, very frustrating. We'll see if that happens tonight in Buena. But I've got Corrine. Where are we going to? Oh, let's see some Douglas highlights. A back and forth game there in Empire, there in Vail.
He's running around. Running the backfield, passes the ball. And it is caught.
A touchdown for the Empire Ravens there in the first half. Thank you, Allo Fiber, for sponsoring that highlight right there. The current score there in Vail, 14-7. Douglas over Empire. So again, that's what we do in the Cool Zone. We get to see highlights that are aggregated that Dan the Man and Coach Baker are working on behind the scenes. We've got our awesome team here tonight and glad to be spending part of this evening with you. Let's look at some other games. We've talked about so many here. If you're joining us, this is the Cool Zone where we give you live in-game looks. We give you highlights. We give you score updates. all night long for all of our Cochise County teams. And if you're scrolling on Cool FM Live, you can see that in the feed there are these games going on as we speak. So you come here to kind of get an idea for what's going on everywhere, and then you go to your game. But I've got Green. Before we can talk some more, let's go back to Empire in Vail. Empire High School and the Ravens hosting the Bulldogs. And that was a snap off of the quarterback's face mask. Luckily, he fell back on it. But that must have been 4th down because they gave it right back to Douglas. So Douglas ended up getting the ball, doing something with it, because the score is 14-7 as we speak in Empire, at Empire High School on the east side of Tucson. So I still have Green here. Are we have a couple more highlights, or are we?
Yeah.
Okay. You just let me know, and I'll see where we're going to go here tonight in the Cool Zone. Thank you so much for joining us. If I look down, that's because the big TV screen is right here in front of me. I got the iPad with the other scores of the games that are happening right now. There will be a game tomorrow that we'll talk about as well. Let's look and see another highlight
Folks,
from our Douglas Bulldogs.
quarterback is running around. Running in the backfield, passes the ball.
And there it was. That was the touchdown that Empire put up. Empire struck first. The Empire struck
Touchdown
first.
Ravens.
But Douglas has come back. It is 14-7 currently as we speak. That game in progress. There's all the games in progress right there on this side of your screen, as you can see them and take a quick look down. There is a game tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mission Heights Prep Phantoms will be at ALA at 7 p.m. here in Sierra Vista. That will be at American Leadership Academy, and looking forward to that game. I'll be calling that game. John Berger will be doing the camera work for us. We'll try to get Sheriff Mark out there to call the game with me. I'll let him know that that is an option. And and we'll see what happens there. I got Green. Let's see some highlights. Here we go. Veritas Prep at Benson. Let's look at some first half highlights. It is Veritas Prep there on offense.
Cut straight back. Here comes the rush, and batted down. Or no, excuse me. Complete to the far side, and he's still on his feet. He's going to go to the near side. He's still running, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds around the 18-yard line.
A fantastic catch and run after the catch on that far side, cutting back across the field and getting a big first down. And here was that drive continuing.
In the red zone. Back to pass. He's got good protection and wide open for a touchdown.
And that was number 8 who ended up making that big play, and he ended up putting up the touchdown on that play. But fear not. Unfortunately, that was the first. If you are watching us and a Veritas Prep Falcons fan, then you are having a good day today. There's the extra point. That was blocked.
Nice penetration by the Bobcats on that block.
Let's see if that comes into play.
I believe that was number 2, Andrew Workman. We know that Andrew puts in the work, man, every single time. 5'8", 185-pound senior outside linebacker, running back, utility player for the for the Bobcats that we have seen all season, his whole career. We've watched them, and they've been absolutely. Andrew Workman's been a fantastic player. Andrew, you just made the Cool Zone. Congratulations! All the scores and highlights are on this side of the screen, right there. As you're, it's like to me, it's on that side, but to you, it's on this side. So there's the scores here inside the AZ Prep Academy office of Buena High School basketball, varsity basketball coach Dennis Baker. You are in the Cool Zone as we look at highlights being aggregated for our games that are currently in progress. Awesome to have that right here on this side, showing you all the games that are. Oh, look at that! Now my hand disappears. There it is. That's what's going on live as we speak. Again, the game tomorrow. So let's talk about tomorrow's game. I do have my notes here right now. The American Leadership Academy Eagles having a tough season. They are 0-3. Their quarterback ended up getting a separated shoulder of some sort of shoulder injury that will have him out for a few more weeks. And they will be hosting the Mission Heights Prep Phantoms tomorrow night, doing a Saturday night game, 7 p.m. start time. If you want to watch some great high school football, hopefully the weather will be better tomorrow night than it is tonight. The 2-1 Mission Heights Prep Phantoms coming to town to take on American Leadership Academy Guardians here in Sierra Vista, currently sitting at 0-3. We'll see what they are able to do. as their season continues tomorrow night and see what kind of score they can put up, what kind of offense they can put on the field, and how their defense goes. Another game that we're waiting to start that hasn't even started yet because of lightning, because of weather, is the homecoming game for Buena. Tucson Badgers. Badgers, we don't need no stinking Badgers. Not tonight. The weather is interrupting that. Badgers 1-2. One of those games was an overtime loss, as I talked about with head coach Joe Thomas yesterday. It was in our Buena pregame segment brought to you by the MORSE Automotive Group. We were able to talk to Coach Thomas about what this game means. What last week they faced off against a very difficult ALA Gilbert North team. Now a 1-2 Badgers team, but it's a 1-2 that's a little sketchy because, again, one of their 2 losses happened in overtime. They could easily be 2-1, just like the Colts are 2-1 right now. So I know the Colts were raring to have a great homecoming night. Mother Nature had a different idea, and that's where we sit waiting for that game. Let's talk about the Valley Union Blue Devils. So right now, Valley Union is facing off against Baba Kivri. That's the score at the bottom. I keep pointing the wrong way because it's backwards to me. At the bottom of your score there, it's a 0-0 game. Is that still correct? I assume it is. All the other games have been getting updated, so I know our team is working really hard here to get all of these scores updated and highlights aggregated just for you right here in the cool zone. So Valley Union sitting at 2-2. They should have an easy time tonight. Baba Kivri is having a tough season. They're currently 0-4, and this is a 1A South 8-man divisional matchup. Then, of course, 1A South 8-man, it's all going to go through St. David. But you want to see Valley Union do well. Whenever you have a strong 1A South 8-man, it's awesome to see. So Valley Union can get above 500 tonight by getting a win, currently 0-0, as we have the latest score updates there. Bisbee, my goodness.
We have connection issues in Valley Union, so we're recording it. We're going to have to...
Okay. Thank you for letting me know that. Okay, so Valley Union, there are connectivity issues. That's why that score is 0-0. So connectivity issues. That game is actually being recorded and then will be aired later on. You can go to the Cool FM YouTube page and probably watch it after the fact tonight. So hopefully, here's hoping that game is going well in the favor of Valley Union. If you're at the Valley Union game and watching this right now, send a DM or something like that to us. Leave a comment in the live chat and let us know. Bisbee. Let's talk about Bisbee. How on earth is that still a baseball score? 2-0 as they are hosting Santa Rita, sitting at 0-4. Santa Rita High School is interesting. Maybe Coach Baker could provide some insight on this. It seems like Santa Rita just does not have solid sports programs. Is it more of an academic school? Because like even their basketball teams or baseball teams, do they have a strong sport there at Santa Rita?
No, a lot of the athletes started going over to other
kick off, and they're going to have their defense rise up and stop this first possession for Veritas Prep. So, you've heard us say many, many times, the most important possession in the whole football game is the start of the third quarter, and especially when you're ahead and you get the ball. So Benson is going to have to do a little bit of work on defense, try to make it go 3 and out, get the ball back. If you're Veritas Prep, basically just kind of see if you can get that running game going a little bit, because the passing game is working. Their receivers are a little taller than the defensive backs for Benson, but Benson has had pretty good coverage. They're mostly stride for stride, but it's just nice to have a taller receiver you can throw over the top.
Yeah, Guido's really settled in that second quarter. His footwork got a lot better. He was putting the ball where it needed to be. Things are going to get a little more difficult because this wind is picking up once again. Like Todd had mentioned, almost blew our camera over. One thing about Benson, like a lot of times, small town kids, they get to play with each other for a lot of years, get their chemistry going. From what I understand, speaking with someone from Veritas Prep, a lot of these seniors and juniors have been together since 5th grade, so they have the same type of camaraderie and trust. So that's not really an advantage that Benson normally has. So Veritas Prep, even though they're from a big city, they've been playing with each other for a long time. So that shows a lot of that good chemistry that they have with each other.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, when I was in high school, we had only 1 grade. They added a grade every year till they had a 4-year high school. So when we were seniors, there was nobody graduating ahead of us. We had played since we were in middle school, and ended up winning a basketball championship my senior year. But that is a big point as far as continuity on the teams, that if you know the guys playing next to you, you've known them for 5 or 6 years. So let's see what happens now as we're getting ready to start the third quarter, and the Bobcats kicking it away. Kind of a short kick, and they're going to try to do it again. I'm sure the flag and the whistle just as he struck the ball with his foot, and I don't know if it was offsides against the Bobcats. We'll see.
Yeah, looks like we're going to do it again. Yep, same thing. Same thing Veritas Prep was called for in that first half.
And those of you who may or may not know, most of our football fans or our viewers are very knowledgeable, but when you're kicking off, you cannot go ahead of the ball before it is hit with the kicker's foot. So that's an offside on the special teams. That's how that works. So they're going to tee it up again, this time from the 35. And a nice kick right down the middle of the field is going to back him up to about the 24-yard line. Going to try to come to the near side, and a flag on the field. I think we're going to get a block in the back, Ramon, and another late flag on the sideline. So who knows?
Might be a late hit there, Bill. He was already down on the ground, and then we had one of the Bobcats came in late, so it might be offsetting.
Okay.
Couple flags on the field.
So kind of a strange start to the third quarter without even one play from scrimmage.
You know, with that offsides penalty called both ways, the sideline penalties called both ways, it's interesting how some officiating crews will, they'll really emphasize certain calls on certain plays. So you got to be aware of that as coaching staffs, like what they're going to be calling, what they're not going to be calling.
That's true, because you're not going to change their mind. You don't see a ref saying, "Oh, I made a mistake. Let's do this again."
You're right, Coach.
Now we do have makeup plays.
Yeah, there you go.
So after all the laundry's picked up off the field, it'll be 1st and 10 for Veritas Prep, and they still have yet to place the ball down, so we're not sure exactly where that's going to be.
One of Benson was
and there was a holding call on Benson and an unsportsmanlike conduct call. So both penalties against Benson. They'll take the 15-yarder over the 10. And it's going to be the Falcons' ball, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line as we start the third quarter.
False start.
Well, false start. They tried to run a draw play. And that'll back them up 5. It'll be 1st and 15. Glad you could join us back for the second half, where Benson has got a little bit of work to do here in this half, but we'll see what happens. Veritas Prep, a very quality team coming in as their 4-0 record state.
going right back to that passing attack. They'll spread him out, and they try to hit him with that quick hitter after spreading him out. We'll see if Guido doesn't get right back to that air assault.
So single back set, 2 split out to each side. Back to pass, he's going to dump it off into the flat. And still on his feet, he breaks a tackle over the 40 and almost to the 45 before he's tackled. A nice play by the Falcons.
That's kind of like the play that they led the game off with, Bill. He leaks out into the flat from the backfield, and the defender was behind him in pursuit. He was in a trail position. Makes one guy miss and picks up a nice little gain on first down.
As a former outside linebacker, I know it's kind of hard to keep the speed of a backup when you're chasing them. You want to try to keep everything in front of you. So nice play by the Falcons. 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
That was San Fratello on the carry there, number 0.
Hand off to the tailback up the middle, and nothing doing there as that big defensive line for Benson stops him for no gain. And so this is going to be an interesting down. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5 maybe.
Crucial down.
And like we said just before kickoff, this is a very key defensive play for Benson. You stop these guys 3 and out and get the ball back for your offense. And let's see what happens on the other end.
It'll be interesting for the Veritas prep coaches if they get to like a 4th and 1 with a 20-0 lead.
Right.
That might encourage you to like try and gamble. And
you don't have a lot to lose at that point. So 3rd and 5, 10:28 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, just underway. Empty backfield, trips to the near side, actually 4 receivers to the near side, and he's in trouble, but he gets away from it. Now he's going to go downfield, and he's got a man open and a nice catch near the 20-yard line. They flooded the zone with 4 receivers to the near side, and once he got away from the pursuit, he found an open man. Actually, there was 2 open guys on that play, but hauled it in for, once again, a nice reception, and Veritas is killing Benson with the big play.
Yeah, that was number 21, Jack Mason, that got behind the defense. But the defense for Benson was late getting over.
Right, because they flooded that zone with 4 receivers.
Yeah, they were 1 defender short to start with.
Right.
They beat him on alignment alone on that play, Bill.
So quickly, Veritas in the red zone at Benson. 9:45 to go here, 20-0 in favor of the Falcons.
The Falcons being very multiple here.
Back to pass, the pressure breaking down. He's on the run to the far side, dumps it off short, and just behind the receiver for an incomplete pass, at least 2nd and 10.
11, Brayden Barlow passes incomplete, 2nd down 10.
Yeah, they're being very multiple, spreading them out. They're in tight on that formation with the rollout. They're really mixing it up. They have Benson on their heels. They're not exactly sure what's coming.
You know that when they flooded the zone with 4 receivers on that one side, that totally knocked Benson out of their comfort zone. They didn't know what to do, and it ended up paying off with that long reception.
I see some hands on the hips on the Benson. Defense has been on the field a lot. I know they play both ways, but there's certain defenders, the defensive line.
Look at the size of that offensive line, though, for Veritas.
You're right.
So 2 split out to each side, single back set. He's going to go to the outside and puts his head down. A flag on the play for a short gain. Let's see what that's all about.
That was a nice little draw play to Will Young. It looks like they could build off of that. It almost looked like he was wanting to pass there for a minute.
I thought he was too, and he took the option to do that late draw. Very minimal gain as Benson was ready for it, but let's see what the penalty's all about. It's going to go against the Falcons.
There's a holding call.
Most likely. So ball now on the 30 after the hold. And 2nd and 20 now as Benson caught a break there.
Let's go, Bobcats.
Trips right, Bill.
Trips to the far side. Nobody in the backfield. Back to pass. He's going to go over the middle, wide open, and a sliding catch near the 16-yard line for the Falcons.
was a nice little pick play. Again, the slot receiver wide open in the flat, but he had another receiver wide open in the middle, so he had his choice on that play.
He chose the middle to Miles Perry. So another, no, not a first down. That was 20 yards to go. A nice pickup, but still a crucial third down. Third and about 6 now, looks like.
Something very intentional right now by Veritas Prep is their tempo, bro. With the 20-0 lead, working that play clock down every snap.
Yeah, trying to shorten the game.
Yeah, very smart on their part because they were going with a much slower tempo than they did in the first half.
That's a good point. So once again, you got 3 out wide on the far side. Back to pass. Here comes the Benson pressure over the middle, over his head. Missed it, but there was a receiver behind him who almost made the catch as well. So that was kind of an interesting play. Another flag on the field, in the backfield. Probably going to be another hold, I would imagine.
Either a hold or a roughing the passer, one or the other. Can't tell yet.
What about this great camera work by Todd Ryan?
Personal foul. Yeah, it's roughing the passer, Bill.
Is it roughing the passer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was
It's a late hit on him.
Yeah.
That's a big one. That's 15 yards.
First and goal.
And an automatic first down is going to put them in good position.
Just inside the 10 there, huh, Bill?
First and goal as they break out of the huddle. Once again, they're going to use that four receiver to the far side set. Now they're going to bring him back inside to motion.
Watch Guido on that.
Now back inside and going back outside before the whistle blew. So that motion man kind of did a little circle. I thought he was set up for a jet sweep. Then he went behind the quarterback, set up for the Statue of Liberty play, and then he went back outside, but all for naught as the whistle blew before the snap. And that's going to go against Veritas Prep.
This is the area of the field in the first half where Guido called his own number. The way he's been breaking contain, they got to pay attention to keep their rush lane integrity here, because if they over pursue,
That's true.
He has the wheels that he can get there.
And he hasn't really used his legs other than early in the game, so we'll see what happens.
Once again,
7:42 and counting.
very deliberate, like I said, with his clock management.
Now they hurry up to the line. Could be a quick snap. And once again, I think there was some movement. And once again, I believe it's going to go on Veritas. It is for
delay a game.
illegal procedure. Oh, delay a game. Okay.
Yeah, because they've been milking that clock a little too much this
That's
time.
true. That's why they hurried to the line. I thought it was going to be a quick snap. And there's no play clocks. I know in the Tucson high schools they have a play clock usually in the end zone.
They knew it was getting close, though, right? Because they rushed to the line.
Oh, yeah. So it's first and goal now from the 16-yard line. There goes Guido on the run, and just as we said, he hadn't used his legs. He uses them there and gets the penalty yardage back. And we'll be looking at second down and goal from the 10.
We'll see if the Veritas Press pick up on it from their coaches, but their running back, number 4, he was Luke Huseman. He was wide open. He leaked out of the backfield again, and nobody picked him up.
And unfortunately, they didn't see him. Guido didn't see him. Starting to get a little thunder coming out. That Bisbee game was delayed for rain. We might be getting what they had here. We'll keep you abreast of the situation. 6.5 minutes left to go. Benson almost with a sack, and Guido got away and threw it away for an incomplete pass. Third down now and goal. So the Benson defense stiffening here deep in their own territory.
Every down's a big down for the Benson defense now.
There it is.
Obviously, 4 down territory. We don't know what their kicker has done well on the extra points, but he did have one block, so might be in the mind of the coaches as well.
Benson had one of their big guys kind of limp off a little bit onto the sidelines. Let's see what happens there. So third and goal now, and once again whistles before the snap. So this drive that Veritas has had has been riddled with penalty flags. Some against Benson and some against the Falcons.
It's one thing to milk the clock, but it's another to penalize yourself, hurt yourself, shoot yourself in the foot.
Was that another delay?
Another delay.
Another delay
second on
game.
this drive. Yeah.
So 3rd and goal. Back to pass. Here comes the pressure. He's going to get flushed out. Now he's going to take off at the 10, and he's going to be tackled there. So after all is said and done, they got back to about the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 4th down now. Let's see what happens. A lot of smaller schools don't really have field goal kickers, and they just go for it on 4th down. We'll see what happens. Veritas Preps looks like they are going to go into their field goal formation as they try to get 3 points up here. And this is all on the opening drive.
Yeah, that was a lot of time off the clock.
Certainly was, over half the quarter. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:37 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Veritas Falcons add to their lead, and now 23-0 over the Benson Bobcats. And we're going to let Todd take it away with our great sponsors.
All right, thank you so much, Bill. A big thank you to Desert RV in Huachuca City, aiming to build a community that surpasses RVs by giving back through local youth sports sponsorships, veteran support, and community fundraising events. Go to desertrvcenter.com. And a big thank you to Seniors Helping Seniors. At Seniors Helping Seniors, their caregivers are seniors themselves. They show up ready to exceed expectations. Check them out at southernarizonaSHS.com. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Todd. So 23-0, a long drive, as Ramon said, milking the clock. They took over half the quarter off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. 5:37 left to go, and 23-0. Benson's got their work cut out for him now. Kick fielded at about the 10-yard line as he goes up the far side. He's got a little bit of running room. Now he cuts back and he gets walloped. A ball lot loose at the end of the play. Let's see. And Veritas Prep comes up with a fumble. Yeah, he got walloped on that far sideline as soon as he cut in. So everything going wrong for the Bobcats tonight at homecoming as Veritas Prep gets another turnover, and they will be in business 1st and 10 just inside the 30-yard line of Benson.
That defense has to get right back on the field. On that last drive, Santo made a really good open field tackle against Guido to preserve him from getting a touchdown. But he can't continue to catch his bad breaks, Bill.
Right. If you look at the bottom of our screen, you can see the tall receiver against the shorter defensive back for the Bobcats. They have had good success exploiting that size, and they're going to be a timeout for Benson. They try to get things back in order with down 23-0, and we're going to go back to Todd here for more of our great sponsors.
Prestige Remodeling and Restoration LLC pioneered a visionary approach of customer-centric service. They're proud to sponsor our sports coverage. Visit them today at prestigesierravista.com. Duran Plumbing, serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County for residential and commercial plumbing projects for 10-plus years with a lifetime of experience in the industry. Proud supporter of our local sports programs and athletes. Thank you so much, Duran Plumbing, and serving our area. Sonic Drive-In of Sierra Vista as well. We thank them. Come enjoy a tasty burger or treat after the game. Sonic is about community support and great, tasty treats.
Yeah, Bill, Benson was discombobulated on that quick change of possession. They didn't have enough defenders on the field.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
okay.
They had to burn a timeout, which could be crucial later. If anything can happen in a game like this, and you might need that timeout later.
They need to make a stop here if they're going to have any chance of coming back with the clock management of the Falcons. Quick handoff. Now he's going to go back, and he's trying to go to the other side of the field and driven into the turf hard. So he looked like he handed it off, and at the last second he pulled it back in. and went from side to side on the field, tackled near the Benson bench.
Yeah, that was San Fratello. He tried to make something out of nothing. He looked like he was doing his best Franz Harkison impression.
That's
there,
right.
Bill. He went backward. He ran over about 80 yards worth of
Blast from the past, and probably 80% of our viewership probably doesn't even know who Franz Harkison is.
Google him.
Couple of OGs here at Benson with
Google him. Franz Harkison, Vikings.
2nd and 17 for the Falcons. Back to pass. Now he's going to get flushed out of the pocket. He's going to dump it off short to the back, who's got a lot of room on the far sideline, heading up and getting a first down. That was a crucial play, and Veritas Prep gets out of a big jam. 2nd and 17, and they get all the way down the field for a first down.
That was Guido improvising there. Nice little shovel pass to number 22 to Young. It was a really nice quick thinking. He looked like Josh Allen last night against the Dolphins. Similar type play.
Just that little, like you said, the shovel or the dump off. And big gainer for the Falcons. First down.
And Veritas Prep using the clock, looking to salt this one away early, Bill.
And run up the middle is going to gain some good yardage. He's still on his feet near the goal line. Did he get in with that little tush push?
He's just short, Bill. He's
just short, okay.
Yeah, the side judge has him where about the 1 yard, half-yard line maybe.
All right, so inside the 5, just outside the goal line actually, about the 1 or half-yard line for the Falcons, and things not looking good for the Bobcats. You know, you mentioned before the game, you know, you're doing your research on both teams, and you were saying, you know, evenly matched, but Benson had the better numbers on paper. But, you know, you being a coach and me being a former player, you know that paper doesn't necessarily hold true when it's on the field.
Not when the rubber meets the road, Bill.
That's right.
Not when the rubber meets the road. I mean, it was such a good competitive first quarter. Defensive battle going back and forth. But I think ultimately, like you mentioned, Bill, coming off the bus, Veritas Prep looked much bigger. They outmanned these guys on the line of scrimmage, and that's where the game is ultimately won or lost. And I think the line of scrimmage has turned out to be the difference in the game. It's setting everything up for Veritas Prep.
We got a measurement on the field. Not sure what that's all about. Didn't really think that. I didn't really think it was that close, but it is short. So 2nd and inches, they can technically get a first down without scoring. Yeah. So this is going to be a big test for the Benson defense. They've kind of gotten beaten up in this third quarter and certainly getting worn down over the course of the game with that big front line from Veritas Prep. Just a blast straight ahead, and did he get in? Looks like he might be a little short. Let's uncover the pile.
Probably enough for a first down, yeah.
Definitely a first down, yeah.
They're going to do it all over again.
So now they got 4 cracks inside the 1.
Yeah. Tough slating from the Bobcats tonight.
Yeah, I actually thought this was going to be a more competitive game, but as it is, 23-0.
One adjustment I noticed that Veritas Prep made, like Benson was getting good penetration early because their line splits are wider. You notice now in the second half, in the second quarter, see how tight their line splits are?
Yeah, they are tight. Yeah. Just going to go straight up the middle. Watch, he's going to get keeping. There it is. And the push. There's the tush push, and gets in for the touchdown. So things have gone from bad to worse for the Bobcats as they're now down 29-0.
The referees missed the call there, Bill. It was the fullback was he got an early start on that play. He got happy feet, but the referees didn't see it. But not it's a half-yard play.
Yeah.
Didn't change much, but
especially with 4 cracks at it, they figured they could get it in from 18 inches.
That's the high school tush push, that's for sure.
That's right. So 29-0 as they line up for the extra point. 2:33 left to go in the third quarter, and it's been all Falcons. And the second block on the extra point one of the few bright spots for the Bobcats. So the score will remain 29-0 as we prepare for the kickoff, and we're going to send it back to Todd Ryan and our great sponsors.
And thank you so much, Bill. A big thank you to Chris Leon and the Leon team at Cross Country Mortgage in Sierra Vista. Think of them for your next home loan experience. Proud to support our area youth sports coverage and teams. Trust them with your next home loan experience. Anywhere in Cochise County you're looking for a home, that's the place to go. You can Google them. Check them out today. Back to you, Bill.
Thank you, Todd. And thank you to all the sponsors. One thing coming over from 520 Sports Talk very impressed me was just a lot of great sponsors down here for Cool FM. That's true.
Yes, the weather's really starting to pick up.
And the upside down umbrella, right?
Some of the Benson faithful, the raindrop is sending them home.
Yeah, that's right. Not how you want homecoming to go, but it is what it is. And back to the game, Benson just with a short gain up the middle on a run play. It was Judd calling his own number. Actually, he got more than I thought. He got a good 5 yards. So 2nd and 5, but clock continues to run, and Benson needs to pick up some big yardage.
You know, it might be a point in the game where the Benson coaches also start working on the clock, because at this point, 29-0, just over a quarter to play, might be one of those things where they
little out route on the near side is a completed pass about the 23-yard line. Could it be? No, they didn't throw a flag. A little extracurricular activity on the sideline, but
yeah, they're going to give that underneath stuff all day, right, Bill?
Yeah.
They're going to let the clock keep running.
Yeah, they're playing prevent, I'm sure. And they probably even have some of their backups in, which is not good for Benson because you got French legs going up against you.
That was a pretty close lightning strike behind us, Bill.
Yes, it was. Judd to the near sidelines. Kind of a half hurdle and driven out of bounds.
They're going to keep the clock running, though. Even the line judges, he's like keeping that clock running as well. I think they know the weather is going to be a factor.
Yeah, I think where Todd was mentioning that Bisbee's game was delayed for the weather, and I think we may be getting what they had coming up north in Cochise County. It's going to go to the far side. He's got a man open. Was it intercepted?
Yes, it
was. Was he inbound? It was picked off by Veritas. Now the question is, did he get that foot inbound? And he did. So Veritas Prep just continues to look good here towards the end of the third quarter with 1:11 left to go, and snuffs out another Benson possession with an interception. That was a long pass by Judd. He had showed some good arm strength on that, but looks like the free safety just kind of drifted over and was playing center field and picked it off. So
yeah, Judd just went with that one read. He just kind of locked in on that one receiver. He had his mind made up right after the ball was hiked. That's where he was going to go with the ball.
So starting to sprinkle here in Benson.
A little offside as well.
Flags fly before the snap.
Another close lightning strike to the south there.
Kind of a late monsoon season for southern Arizona this year. Usually by the middle of September, you're The only thing you're hoping for is anything under 100 degrees, and you're not really concerned about the rain, but not tonight. Little pitch to the outside on the far side, number 22.
Yeah, it kept young.
And it looks like he lost about a yard.
He lost the ball.
And they did lose the ball on the far side. So Benson with a big fumble recovery and the bright spot that they needed. Let's see if they can put some points on the board and get that 0 off.
Well, you remember in the first half, he almost lost the ball. He was carried a little loose, came loose, but he was able to recover it himself. Not so lucky this time.
Now you got to remember with the rain and stuff, that ball might be a little slick.
And that pigskin's going to start slipping around.
Oh, Judd in all kinds of problems, and he gets tackled for a big loss around the 47-yard line. That's about a 12-yard loss. So I'll be spending the night in Cochise County tonight, and I'm going to be helping Jeff and Dan the Man and Todd tomorrow on the wrap-up show for high school football. I'm looking forward to that. Judd back to pass. Good protection all day. Finds the receiver in the middle and complete down near the 30-yard line. Still not enough for a first down after that big sack.
Yeah, when he has time to set his feet, he can really zip it in there. Just the fact that he hasn't had the luxury of too much time most of the night.
And he did a good job going through his progressions. I saw him going from side to side. And that's the end of the third quarter. So we got 12 more minutes to play, weather permitting. And at the score at the end of 3, the Veritas Falcons 29-0 over the Benson Bobcats here on homecoming.
You gotta have a ticket. Gotta have a ticket. Your chances just increased.
And we're going to send it back over to our buddy Todd Ryan to catch us up on the sponsors.
Thank you so much, SSVEC, our presenting sports sponsor, powering our live stream youth sports coverage all year long. SSVEC, serving our community. And MORSE Automotive Group, Sierra Vista. Stop in today, experience the difference. Cochise County is now backed by MORSE. Also, a big thank you to BARNETT'S Towing and BARNETT'S Propane, serving our community since 1963. And Allo Fiber, your new home team internet, TV, and phone provider. Visit allofiber.com, serving Sierra Vista. Let's send it back to Bill.
So back to live action after the change of the quarter and nothing doing. No, look at that. That big defensive lineman for the Falcons just bullied his way through a late flag. I don't know if he drove him into the turf a little after that. We'll just have to see.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, he had him tackled and he just drove him into the turf for the penalty, unsportsmanlike penalty. That's going to cost him 15. And
it's going to cost him a little earful on the sidelines as well. They just pulled him out.
Yeah, and that's good. I mean, the coach needs to keep his guys in check, and, you know, that's a good sign of a good coaching staff that even though they're up 29-0, there's no reason to do that. But for Benson, they're inside the 20-yard line. First time, I think, in a long time that they have been in the red zone. Judge rolls to the near side and a diving catch around the 13 or 14-yard line for the Bobcats.
I'm going to call it a no catch.
No, they're calling it a no catch. What, did it hit the ground first?
Yeah, he lost it as he was bringing it down.
Bringing it down, okay.
It's kind of good they didn't call it a catch because it would have been a fumble.
Yeah. So as the thunder rings out ahead of us, trying to get this one in, 11:38 left to go here in the final quarter.
Yeah, that lightning's getting pretty close.
Back to pass, Judd over the middle on an out. Oh, he was wide open and dropped the ball. I think he saw the end zone before he brought it in. And once again, it is raining, so that ball could be a little slick. Although he is wearing gloves, so we're going to try to do it again. 3rd and 10 now for the Bobcats, trying to get some points on the board.
You usually don't see that for Santo. He's a sure-handed receiver. With, like, I think he was wiping his gloves down.
Little draw play up the middle, gets some good yardage. Still on his feet inside the 10, and that's enough for a 1st down for the Bobcats. So finally moving the ball. I'm sure that Veritas probably has a lot of their reserves in, but that's a good sign for that team to get good game action in for your 2nd and 3rd stringers, maybe some JV guys.
That was Lorta's best run of the night.
And it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line for the Bobcats. Judd rolling out, now he's running out of time, and he gets dragged down from behind all the way back to the 20-yard line. So a 12-yard loss on the play as the blocking broke down, and even though the reserves are in for Veritas, they are in with fresh legs and not tired like the offensive line for Benson.
Yeah, Lorta was wide open on that little flare. If it would have been a swing pass, he probably could have waltzed into the end zone, but there was just no time for him to even deliver an easy ball out there.
So 2nd and goal from the 20, and
Judd's going to do it himself now.
Judd on the far side.
Judd with the keeper. 45 off the top.
Got a good gain on it, but when it's 2nd and goal from the 20, you don't have any. You have to score, or you turn the ball over. There's no 1st down. So big 1st down, or big 3rd down, excuse me, coming up here for the Bobcats. Looks like the ball's about the 11-yard line.
Those defensive linemen are just going to pin their
They're
ears back here.
Yeah, they're going to tee off here. Look how close the safeties are playing.
Yeah.
Judd back to pass, a little out pattern to the far side. Did he get his foot in? Yes, he did. It is a catch, so nice play. And they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Brings up 4th and goal for the Bobcats.
So 4th and goal. This is Benson's best opportunity in the game to score. Let's see if they can convert.
Punch it in, Bobcats. Let's go.
Get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
Yeah, at least for pride, right?
Yes. Judd rolling to the near side, flips it out. Got a man open and into the end zone for a touchdown, Benson. So at the 9:46 mark of the 4th quarter, Benson gets on the board with a touchdown. And they're going to take it off the board because it's a holding against Benson. So just when you thought there was a little sparkle of goodness, all went away with the yellow hanky.
Oh, negated by a penalty.
So once again now that we have to deal with this again, it's 4th down and goal. And so they have to throw it in the end zone.
Yeah, no choice.
Yeah. Ball about the 14-yard line.
It's going to be hard for them to get to the end zone. He's going to have to throw it in front of it.
He's going to dump it off underneath, and there's a flag. It's going to be a pass interference. That's going to give him an automatic 1st down.
Big break for Benson.
So a big break for Benson. So if you want a penalty, you don't want one that's going to give you an automatic 1st down.
Ooh, my goodness. That was the closest one yet. Once again, we're dealing with some lightning like we did last week, and that one is about the closest one we've had. Yep, that's within the range.
The range of being scary.
Yes.
Good thing we didn't wear our tin hats, huh?
Yeah. And I'm wearing my foil on my head this time.
That's right. 9:24 left to go, and Benson fortunately got a. Well, now they're still calling it 4th down, though. They just marked off the yardage.
Oh, right.
Apparently not
automatic.
Automatic, but now from about the 5, it looks like.
Look for one-on-one here. He really trusts Santo in this situation. So
that back shoulder pass to the corner might be something that you want to look at to this near side receiver.
They had trouble marking the ball here. They spotted it a little further back.
Oh, a little further back, yeah. Okay. So 4th down, once again, what, the 3rd time in a row? Mm-hmm. Judd rolling to the near side. He's running out of time. He throws it in the end zone and incomplete. And that'll turn the ball back over to the Falcons.
You know, on that play, they had Santo lined up on the outside, and they motioned to that side. I'd much rather see Santo just be left alone on that side and one-on-one.
Let him work his guy, sure.
Because the whole defense shifted towards where Judd was rolling to.
Right.
So it's unfortunate.
So Benson once again comes up empty. on that possession, and that was their best chance to score in the entire game. They initially had a touchdown, but it was called back on the hold. So 9:18 left to go, and you know what's going to happen now. It's just going to be ground and pound for the Falcons.
They'll just work on that clock again, work that play clock down, and a little over 9 minutes to go, before they can mercifully call this one.
Little run to the outside, a flag on the play, way away from the ball. I'm not sure what that was. I'm sure it has to do with number 4 for the Falcons.
Oh, he called a holding call.
See, now I don't like that call because that had nothing to do with the play. It was 30 yards from where the ball carrier was, and they called a hold on the Falcons receiver and had nothing to do with the play. I mean, that to me is just, especially when you're trying to get the game in, the rain's coming down now harder, and you're calling a holding play 30 yards away from the action.
Yeah, and it gives Veritas Prep another play.
Here's that four receiver set that they have that gave Benson all kinds of problems. Now they're going to go back down to trips.
Oh.
And once again, whistles blow.
Here comes our cheerleaders. They're back.
Really need to keep this clock moving.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't understand. It's 29-0.
Yeah.
You're dealing with weather now, and it's not just rain. You have to be worried about the thunder or the lightning, excuse me.
Yeah.
And they keep calling these little ticky-tack penalties that don't amount to anything as far as the execution of the play.
Yeah, it'd be good to have like a running clock situation at this point.
Yeah, they're not quite enough. I think it'd be 35-0 or something for a running clock, but nevertheless, trips to the near side now. Now you're going to bring that 4th receiver back. He's going to swing it out there with all the blocking, and nice play by Benson to shoot the gap in between the receivers. And yet another flag on the play.
Tripped up by number 26, James Trejo.
So Trejo, nice job getting past the trip receivers trying to throw blocks, but there is a flag, and we're waiting to see what it is. They're going to start the clock again.
There they go. All right. Man.
Ball's placed just inside the 10-yard line, about the 9.5.
It's just allowing them to run more time off the clock.
And it's first and about 9.5.
Second down?
Or second down, excuse me.
Yeah, the rain's really starting to pick up a little bit now.
Well, if we can keep the clock going, Vinny's Pizza might be an option here for me.
Oh, my goodness. What is going on here?
I'll have to get my man Todd Ryan to call him, tell him to stay open late.
Another delay of game, Bill.
Why
let's let this clock run, guys.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, the delay of game that's on Veritas, but, come on.
Wow. Man, this last 2 minutes is just taking a lifetime.
Yeah. Clock running now, 7:40 and counting as they are backed up near their own goal line. Just a quick smash up the middle. He tried to go outside a little bit, and running horizontally didn't do him any good as well. Short gain.
All Veritas is trying to do right now is just work on that clock.
Number 2, and work on the stop for the Bobcats.
So they strung the ball out, and Workman finished them off with a short gain. And now it's 3rd down and about 15.
And the crew last week was a little more diligent as far as the lightning goes. This crew's just letting it go.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, we're good. You got it old school.
Rub some dirt on it and play, right? In the end zone, now he comes back out, and he's got some room to run. Almost tripped up, but still on his feet on the far sideline, and got all the way down past the marker at a 1st down for Veritas. The Falcon quarterback was getting pressured in his own end zone and had the wherewithal to find a seam, and then took it up the far sideline and got the 15 yards necessary and a little bit more for the 1st down.
He doesn't run all the time. He picks and chooses his spots, but when he does, he's really effective. If he sees a nice little lane, he'll take advantage of it. He's a really good athlete.
He really is, and he doesn't have that burner speed, but he's a big guy, so he's kind of difficult to bring down.
Yeah, it's good command of this offense. You can tell he's real comfortable.
So 1st and 10 for the Falcons, and that was a forward pass, so it was an incomplete. Had it been behind the line of scrimmage, that would have been a live ball. But forward passing complete will be 2nd and 10.
They need to keep
Clock
this,
stop with 6:14 left.
They need to keep this clock running.
Receiver number 8, Baylor Arnold.
Oh, I'm all for keeping the clock running so I can go to Vinny's Pizza.
Oh, they are running the clock, Bill. They are winding it. That's good.
Vinny's getting some extra love tonight here on the broadcast with Cool FM Live. All right, 2nd and 10 for the Falcons.
Got a little sponsors. There we go.
And just a little run play to the near side, gets up to about the 20. Basically no gain again, 3rd down. And the clock will run on that run play.
Yeah. Benson just playing for pride at this time. It's homecoming night. You know, it's literally raining on their parade tonight, but at least they're still out there fighting. They're still trying. They're still going after every ball. So they have not given up.
Yeah, I feel sorry for the seniors because, you know, this is their last homecoming game, and to not have it be competitive is kind of disparaging. Oh, now he comes back to the near side. He's still on his feet.
Picks up a block.
And tackled just shy of the 30-yard line. So disappointing night for the Bobcats. That's the word I was trying to find. Disappointing night for the Bobcats here on homecoming.
Still got Judd out there flying around making plays. He's your starting quarterback. I don't know, maybe it might be time to sub him out.
I see our Cool FM sideline camera guy down there in front of us.
He's doing good. He's battling through it.
Yeah.
4.5 minutes, Bill. Let's keep that clock running.
Yeah, this game is not in doubt at all. But we are glad you joined us. Thank you once again to our wonderful sponsors. Little screen pass to the far side, and he's going to pick up not enough for a first down.
Be Benson ball, huh?
And be Benson ball as they just basically ran that 4th down to keep the clock running. But it is going to stop on the change of possession. So we're going to send it back over to Mr. Ryan and have him finish up with our sponsors for the night.
And a big thank you to Sierra Toyota. They want to buy your car, truck, or SUV. Get your vehicle appraised in 30 minutes or less. No vehicle will be turned away. Sierra Toyota, locally owned, community driven.
On the far side, Judd still on his feet. And a nice run by the quarterback of the Bobcats. Out of bounds. He does stop the clock. No, they're going to keep it rolling. They said he was tackled in bounds.
Number 9, Dawson Judd.
Like you said, a lot of reserves in for the Veritas prep, so good time for the Benson Bobcats to score one for pride.
Once again, Benson with an opportunity to get that 0 off the board here. 1st down and goal at the 10-yard line.
Take that goose egg off the board.
Little draw play up the middle. He's got some good room. Bounces off a tackle, heads for the corner, and he's in for the touchdown. And Benson puts some points on the board with a little over 3 minutes left to go here in this contest. 3:19 to be exact. I don't see any flags on the field, so that should stand.
Yeah, a little Ortha right there. Shot through, bounced off a would-be tackler.
Yeah, that was like a pinball move.
Yeah, he kept his feet moving. He saw pay dirt.
So Benson takes that shutoff off. And you, as a team and a player and a coach, even fans, you don't want to be shut out on homecoming.
Yeah, like I said,
they're going for 2. Judd, he had him wide open, and a nice deflection at the last minute by number 6 for the Falcons.
3:19 remaining. Bobcats 6, Falcons 29.
So 29-6 is our score. And most likely, unless something strange happens, that probably will be the last time that Benson will touch the ball in this contest. We're going to send it back over to Todd to finish up our sponsors.
And thank you, Bill. Big thank you to American Southwest Credit Union. Today's game sponsored by those good folks. Join the credit union that supports your community at ascu.org. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
That was a nice play by Brooks to break up that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he was wide open in the end zone for the 2-pointer, and the last minute just stuck that mid out and knocked it away.
Yeah, Brooks got that big paw out there.
So Benson getting ready to kick off. We did I don't think they'll onside it. I think, oh, they will onside it. It's got a big bounce. It takes a huge bounce over the head. Everybody chasing it. And wisely, Veritas hits it out of bounds. So that was a smart, intelligent play by number 12 of the Falcons. That had some good spin. Got a couple of sideways bounces and then that big hop. And number 12 smartly hit it out of bounds to retain possession for the Falcons. So 3:19 left to go, and everybody in the stadium who's left is going to know what's going on. They're just going to run, and until this one is over. 29-6 here on homecoming at Benson High School.
Yeah, that was Charlie Birch on that play. Smart heads-up play, number 12 for Veritas Prep to just knock it out of bounds there, keep possession.
Oh, he's going to go to the air. Interesting. Hits the running back in the flat, and he's up the sideline, still going, and knocked out of bounds. So I'm not sure about that call. I mean, you're up 29-6. That's kind of like rubbing salt in the wound, if you ask me. I'm not sure I would do that as a coach.
Maybe they got mad because they lost their shutout.
Possibly.
That's unfortunate. He didn't stay in bounds either.
Yeah.
That's a double negative.
Unfortunate for us.
Yeah, that's a double negative. They made a pass play and he got out of bounds. That's great. Keep them in bounds, guys.
That's right. We want to do a special shout out to Dan the Man for providing us with cool FM ball caps so we can keep our heads dry.
Absolutely. These are nice ball caps too.
Yeah, they are.
First class all the way.
All right, 1st and 10 at midfield for the Falcons. Little pitch to the outside. The penetration was there when he ran right by it and gets about 3 or 4 yards on the far sidelines, and he did stay in bounds.
That's the best part of that play, Bill.
Yes.
Stayed in bounds. That's the key.
As the rain continues to fall here in Benson.
Yeah, 250 in county. Now the officials are keeping the ball.
So remember tomorrow, the wrap-up show, Cool FM, around the 9 o'clock, 9:30 hour. We'll go over all the scores from Cochise County, all the games you may or may not have missed, and a little good analysis from Jeff Davenport, myself, and not sure who else is going to be in the studio, but make sure you can. Dennis and John. All right, we're from the Buena team. And
in motion.
Whistle before the stop. I think you're right. I think they had too many men in motion. It's not indoor football.
Yeah. A lot of the guys that are probably not used to playing, they're out there in the field right now.
Yeah.
So they're probably a little antsy. Just keep this clock moving, guys.
So he starts the clock back up at 2:16 and counting.
Yeah, keep it moving.
And then for you 520 viewers tomorrow, I'll be switching my hat again, going 602 Sports Talk up in the East Valley in Tempe, Arizona for the Battle of the Valley, ASU versus GCU in volleyball. ASU, the defending Big 12 champions. And you want to definitely have the bragging rights there. A little Statue of Liberty play, flag down on the field. And he's going to be tackled well behind the line of scrimmage for about another 2 or 3 yard loss.
Guys are calling this game tight.
Once again, the clock stops with the flag.
They're declining. I think Benson's declining it.
Yeah, they're declining it.
Keep this clock moving.
There's no reason to throw a flag on that play. I don't know.
Well, these guys have a job to do. But
yeah, I understand that. I'm very, very, very rare for me to even mention anything about the officiating crew with this. Some of the things that happened tonight was just, and it wasn't bad. It's just that why are you calling a penalty 40 yards from the ball? 1.5 minutes left to go.
Got 10-minute motion.
Big number 52 is in motion, the tight end. Yeah. Now he lines back up. And he's going to try to bounce it outside on the run. Trying to get to the edge, and a nice tackle on the Bobcats.
I don't think it's going to be.
Looks like number nice.
Looks like Benson might get the ball back again with just a few seconds. See if they just.
So 4th down, and yeah, you may be right. Dawson Judd with that last tackle. And the running back wasn't really happy with that. He kind of kicked at him in the pile when he was down on the ground.
Yeah.
That could have been a flag, but they would rather throw a flag 40 yards from the action.
Oh, man, the clock's not our friend tonight.
Yeah, oh, now we're down into under a minute now. We got the clock running again. And they're going to milk this one all the way down, probably get a delay of game call on them, I would imagine.
Well, if you think about it, Bill, it was 20-0 at halftime.
Timeout for Veritas.
Yeah.
I think they just called the timeout so they wouldn't get the delay of game, Todd.
That's gonna, that would have really hurt them.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was 20-0, right? So second half, you gave them 9 points second half. So
yeah, they outscored them 9-0 in the second, 9-6 in the second half.
yeah, 9-6. So if you want to build on something, Benson can say, well, at least we kind of tightened it up in the second half. And there was a lot of unfortunate events that made that first half out of hand, right? The second
exactly. And looking at the time, not sure what time Vinny's closes. Might have to go to Sonic.
Sonic again. Yep.
9:17 on the clock, on the regular clock, not on the scoreboard. 9:17 p.m. and we're gonna just wait for the teams to come back out on the field. 32.7 seconds left in this one. And we're gonna just send it right away due to the weather. We're not gonna wrap it up anything from here. We're just gonna send it right over back to Jeff and Dan in the studio for the Cool Zone wrap-up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, the game didn't turn out to be one that we can really analyze or get much out of. I mean, it was a one-sided affair, and that's all we can really.
And once again, a blowout. I mean, what is this?
Yeah.
The games that we've done, a lot of them have been blowouts. But, you know, the kids are playing hard, and that's what counts. And at this level, it's all about learning.
Benson just called a timeout.
And Benson called a timeout with 32 seconds left. Maybe get the ball in a Hail Mary or something.
They got to receive a punt here. I don't know if they want to get their punt coverage team dialed in or what's going on here. But at least that lightning kind of subsided because I was really worried they were going to shut it down for a while.
Yeah. On top of the metal press box.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we would have been crispy critters.
Would have been a topping on one of Vinny's pizzas.
Yeah, we'd have been one of those marshmallows when you're camping. You burn the life out of it.
Yeah, if you hear a sizzling sound, you know what happened.
Exactly. All right, 4th down, and they're just going to run out the string here. He's just going to take a knee, and there'll be a change of possession. They will have to stop the clock for that. Benson will have 28.7 seconds left to go in the game. We want to thank you for joining us tonight from wherever you are in southern Arizona. And make sure you always go to Cool FM for all your sports needs, all your news needs. There's an outside chance, I'm being told that Sunday we may have something special. I'm going to let Todd tell you about that. And but for Ramon and I, it's always a pleasure and an honor, actually, to work for Cool FM. Todd did a good job picking us up off the transfer portal.
Really nice camera work by Todd tonight as well.
Excellent camera work. Yeah.
So brought us a really nice picture. The game could have been better, but at least he had a good view of it.
So Judd back to pass, and he's not going to do any of that. He's going down on the turf. And that should be the last.
Ooh, that's insult to injury. We have a player for Veritas getting hurt on a meaningless play, and it's their main guy.
It's their main guy out.
Oh, that's a worst case scenario.
And now he's walking on both feet, but still, it's
still something you got to worry about.
Could have been a stinger or something.
Yeah, going to the next game.
And that's going to be all. So the final score here from Benson High School: the Veritas Prep Falcons 29, the Benson Bobcats 6. Glad you could join us. Thank you to all our wonderful sponsors. 520 viewers, thank you for joining us. And we will see you next Friday. 602 viewers, we will be up in the Valley for that big volleyball match in bragging rights for the Valley between Arizona State and Grand Canyon. Tomorrow game time is at 5 o'clock.
Can I say it, Bill?
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
There you go. All right. That's our signature. That's a wrap. I like the Douglas kids. I'm just trying to give other teams, you know, a shot.
I saw Mike and Shannon.
Oh, okay. For homecoming?